Peace to your feet, we bringing the news. And facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map.
Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the
Hey y'all, hey, back on another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Damon Thomas, the young lady that went missing in Inkster, in Detroit. In my last video I did of Damon Thomas, I told y'all that the dad that was speaking, he didn't look like he was too emotional. I said maybe he's just not an emotional person. But guess what? I was right, because that's not her biological dad. Her biological dad actually lives in Las Vegas, and he went live speaking about Damon missing. Now, man, the house that was had the family shooting at, where 5 people got injured at Damon biological dad, it has a connection to that house. I don't know if he is related to the people that live in that house, or how that goes, but I will let Family TV, shout out to him, tell you. He's going to break it down to you guys, and then I'll jump back into my commentary about the family and her going missing.
Today we're going to the D, Detroit, where recent reports in the last 48 hours is that a family had a shootout between each other. A fight took place, led to 5 people getting shot, a gun was brandished, a person was shot, leading to another family member brandishing the firearm and using it. And I said to myself, what can truly take place for a family to shoot at each other? And all the local news was reporting that allegedly an older woman had lost her life. So I wanted to do my research, try to find out who was that older woman, pay our respects and share this story. But I found out so much more, and quite frankly, found out more than I was expecting. Now this story is about to take a turn, and truly fam, I don't know exactly which way and why, but it's important that I give you guys the facts that I discovered doing my homework. Essentially, I looked up the owner of that home, the names associated with it, and I started to look up each individual. Lo and behold, I identified a man who, in this same time frame, associated with that same house, who's been looking for his daughter for over a week. Allegedly, she's 17 years old and was last seen with the older gentleman. And then the story got even more crazier, because I remember seeing that person, right? As a news media, I try my best to look at news everywhere. And I remember seeing this team being talked about, but that wasn't the same guy who was identifying himself as her dad on the news. Of course, we got stepfathers, but the alleged biological dad had went live and briefly spoke on that, which we'll later check out. Now, if you got confused, fam, I did too. Over this past weekend, a family fight leaves 5 people shot, hospitalized in Detroit, Michigan. 2 brothers are in critical condition, and at least 3 other family members were shot after an altercation in the 14,500 block of Sussex Street. Now, the Assistant Chief Charles Fitzgerald of the Detroit Police Department said the 2 brothers were arguing over a family matter when they got into a fight. And somehow, shortly after, a narrative was pushed by a family member allegedly who called Fox 2 in Detroit and said that 2 brothers were fighting over something to do with their mother, who had died earlier in the day. Fox 2 or the Family TV could not confirm or deny those allegations. But according to the chief, he said during the fight, a gun fell out of one of the brothers' waistband. The other brother picked it up and opened fire. He said that the first brother, who was shot, 2 people, including a brother who was thought to be the original shooter, had been arrested. Fitzgerald also said they were, quote, still sorting out the rest, end quote. Preliminary information shows that the younger brother was shot in the chest and the older brother was shot in the right shoulder. Both are listed in critical condition. 3 women were also injured. They were also shot and are in temporary serious condition. Here's where I say things took a turn when doing my research for this story. I waited 24 hours. I wanted to see a woman being reported deceased in Michigan. I didn't find that. So I decided to look up the tax records and who was associated with this home, which is also public records. and one of the names associated with that home is 48-year-old Damon Thomas. So then I decided to look up any public information on this Damon Thomas. Now it's a broad name, but after going on social media via Facebook, I was able to find a Damon Thomas by the same age with the name spelled the same way, also from Detroit, Michigan. And while that incident went on, 24 hours prior, he mentions coming to Detroit. He also mentioned he is the father of a teenager who's been missing for a little more than a week now from the time of me doing this video, which I found crazy. And if we're not doing assumptions, I'll let you guys make sense of, is that a clear indication on why family will even shoot at each other? And possibly the reason the family TV didn't get a response from neither the biological dad or the dad who was claiming to be the dad via the news of this 17-year-old young girl who will
it up, fires a shot. Others return fire to defend that person. And even when the original officers, the responding officers arrived at scene, they were still fighting on the front lawn. One of the family members had a broom, hit another family member with the broom.
Okay, so right now we know that there was also a person who was inside the house. This all happened outside, but who was inside the house, who is suffering from a stroke, who is recovering from that. Police worried that he could have maybe been hit in this, but he's okay. And then also a bullet hit another house. Luckily, no one was hit. Right now, it's kind of a hectic situation because someone walked up. He actually walked up to us first and then to police because he's trying to get to his house back there. He's screaming at police. Police are trying to get him to calm down. He doesn't appear to be related to all of this, but still kind of adding to the stress and the chaos of this scene. But for now, that's what's going on. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest information as soon as we get it. Reporting.
So y'all heard all of that, and I knew I wasn't wrong about that man on that news clip, and so I'm gonna play that news clip for you guys as well. But I want you guys to see this photo. This is her biological dad, which is Damon Thomas. She has the same last name as him. So who this other guy is, I have not a clue.
Sorry, I went live and then I believe it cut off. But I was just, my daughter been on my heart heavy. She's been missing for a week now, and I know the Most High is going to see to it that things happen, things get done. It's His will. I just ask everybody to continue to, be supportive with her mom, myself. I know there's been people all over the news and things of that nature. London, has one dad. Her dad's name is Damon Thomas. And I appreciate anybody that's willing to help. I will be coming to Detroit soon. I thank everybody for sharing posts, whether in Detroit or out here in Vegas. Thank everybody.
So these are pictures from his Facebook page. This is London with his other daughters. And this is his biological daughter. From what's showing, this is London again with another sibling. And this is him, a post he made for London. And that's him holding London with another one of his daughters. So let's get into this other guy.
It's a community effort at this point, and we're going to continue to search.
So in that clip, that was the other guy. That's the guy that's been all over the news from day one, saying that he was her father. And they did the interview with the grandmother, allegedly, too. So I went to his Facebook as well, and he has pictures of London, too, when she was a kid. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but maybe he played a part in her life at a point before finding out who her biological dad was. And the mom maybe just let her stay in his life. But let's get into it. So this is his Facebook. His name is Cedric Salsbury. This is a guy that's been going on the news talking since day one of London being missing. That was in that news clip that I just showed. This is another picture of London that he took, and it's on his Facebook page. So he's been active. So London is still missing. We need to figure out what is going on with London, but we got some more clippings about news clippings about London being
Tonight on
missing.
The
So
Edge, a
let's jump
search
into
for
it.
evidence in the case of a missing 17-year-old.
London Thomas hasn't been seen for nearly 2 weeks, and tonight, police and the feds were searching her boyfriend's home in Inkster. Fox News' Dave Kinchin has more on the investigation.
17-year-old London Thomas missing for almost 2 whole weeks. The feds back out with local police working the scene.
A lot of FBIs. That's about it. A lot of crime scene vans.
The FBI and crime scene investigators suited up and working the Inkster home of the 23-year-old boyfriend of 17-year-old London Thomas Thursday night.
The community has love for everybody in the community. The community just want her to be found safe.
Missing since April 5th, investigators say London was last seen when her sister dropped her off to meet her boyfriend at a house on Carlisle. Terry Johnson is the attorney for the homeowner.
Actually, it's the second search warrant that they've executed. I'm not exactly sure why. My clients have been cooperating, and anything they need, we're here, because our main goal is finding London. You know, that's what everybody wants.
Terror. It's horrible nightmare.
London's mother checking with investigators constantly for any desperately needed leads.
We don't know what to do.
She says this was the last update she got from detectives.
They raided the house, his house, and that, nothing was found. That was really, truly the last piece of real information I received.
London's father says her cell phone last pinged near Cooper Elementary School in Westland. Numerous groups of volunteers working the fields and nearby neighborhoods along with Hines Park.
It's a community effort at this point, and we're going to continue to search.
The family praying someone will step forward with the break that they need.
Somebody knows something, and they're not saying what it is, and it's going to come out.
If you know anything about this case at all, if you have any information, give police a call right away. There's a $2,500 reward for information that brings this girl home to her family. In Inkster, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
The updates officially have been just that they were actually going inside the home, doing the raid, collecting more evidence, coming from some electronic evidence that they had received. So I'm not for certain if it was text messages, calls, but that's the last update, really, for today.
And just what message do you want the community do you want us to put out for the community for your
stick together in truth, and do not be led astray, because that's what can happen. There will be people that will try to take advantage of you. Just keep going, and be as strong as you can. Surround those that only make you strong.
And of course, if anyone does see her,
I want my baby home. Yes,
Yeah.
of course, please.
Please call
Anything.
911 if you see her. Please do not try to be a hero. Do not try to take the law in your own hands. Please call 911. Even if you gotta slow back and follow until the police catches up, do not take the law in your own hands.
And I want my baby home. I want her home alive, safe and well. I know. You can't do this alone, So grateful. I'm just grateful.
I'm grateful for the community that came out, friends,
Everybody.
family, people on Facebook, friends of friends, friends of family.
People we've never met or never ever known. I don't even have a social media presence, so it just took me by surprise. Everybody came together.
It was heartwarming, and it was a blessing.
It was.
and is it a confirmation that she did get dropped off at the boyfriend's house?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's a confirmation, as well as they have my older daughter's cell phone information as well. So it was verified that she was taken to that address.
Okay, and I guess my last question is there anything that we missed out that you just want the community to know about as far as bringing her back, or just any other regards of information that you would like to know?
I know that today was, you know, they were raided by the FBI and ATF and Inkster police, possibly Detroit police. I would just say, just be strong and try to be as patient as possible and pray, because we can't know everything. You know, we want to do as much as we can, but we can't. And it's like either we go in a route that they'll be looking for us next, or we stay strong and continue to wait and do things the right way. And I think that's what's gotten us this far, is that we're working together, knowing what we all can do and can contribute to bring her home. And no matter what, London, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. You will be home with me. All will be forgiven. It can all be healed. I don't care what it is. And I just want her home as soon as possible. Yep.
So her boyfriend is now considered a person of interest. This man should have been locked up. He's 23, London is 17, and he's been dating her way before now. This is ridiculous. I don't even understand how he was able to get away with this and London parents not know or do anything about it. But they raided his home and things like that, so let's jump into it.
Friday, 7 News Detroit stopped by a home in Inkster raided by police and the FBI, a property investigators zeroed in on as they searched for a missing teen, 17-year-old London Thomas. The raid happened Thursday. According to authorities, London's 23-year-old boyfriend, who is now considered a person of interest, lives at the home on Carlisle Street with other family members.
Hello, Darren Cunningham with Channel 7. I'm sorry, we're not talking. You're not talking?
A woman said her family isn't talking and closed the door before I could get in another word.
He's weird.
In what way?
He's just strange.
Jasmine Allen, who streamed the raid on social media in hopes of spreading the word, says she's lived across the street for 8 years and learned of London's disappearance about a week ago.
When the FBI knocked on my door,
looking for any surveillance footage. Inkster's police chief, Tamika Jenkins, says during the raid, investigators searched for DNA evidence after receiving, quote, concerning information they found during phone extractions. She said London was last seen in Inkster on April 5th. Her phone pinged in Westland near Cooper Upper Elementary, but the phone last pinged in Detroit, and DPD is the lead agency.
Everybody want to know where's London. I want to know where's London. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mother.
While on Carlisle Street, Julia Rapley, a family friend of London, drove by the home and stopped to speak with us.
It's a hurting thing to see a kid come up missing and she haven't lived her life. She's 17 years old, and I don't know. Right now, I'm just combobulated about it.
To keep her mind busy and try to get answers the family is desperately seeking, Rapley says she's been out searching.
I ride around the city of Inkster, go by the woods where the trees and stuff at, calling her name. Maybe she tied up or something. I don't want to think the worst, because God make miracles, you know. So it just hurt right now. It hurt for her and the rest of the kids that's missing.
I've been in touch with London's family. Her father tells me they are, of course, waiting for updates from police. If you have any information about London Thomas's whereabouts, call Inkster Police or the FBI.
We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call it peace. We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse.